Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Medium by Design. I went into my archives of messages and pulled out something so beautiful. I used to go to this Wednesday night meditation run by a married couple that was so powerful that every single week entities, beings would show up and come to me and talk to me and give me messages. And I was writing almost constantly through those groups. And I so missed that. That was one thing that was taken away through COVID, and then they chose to go online, and I never contacted them online. I just didn't feel drawn to doing the online thing because the room that they had this in is a very, very sacred place. And I could give Father Jorge in Tempe, Arizona, at the Shrine of Holy Wisdom, I could give him a nod now because I worked there at one point. I met incredible people there, and I met incredible beings and got so many messages. So this one I pulled up, this is from Mother Mary. And this is such a tremendous experience and beautiful, beautiful message about our spiritual lives. What I saw, since this is a multi-informational message about what I was actually seeing, it's not just her message, but it was what I was seeing. So when the leader, the wife, led us into this beautiful meditation, and then there was an altar set up for Mother Mary. The theme of the night was Mother Mary. So of course, whatever theme they had, that's who showed up. And you might get another being too, but that we were honoring that being. So I had my eyes closed, and Mother Mary came over to me, and she put her hand on my left temple, and I felt pressure over my third eye. She instructed me to look up to them. Whether she meant the Holy Family, I'm not really sure, but I'm always looking up to some being, so I just took it the way she said it. And then she immediately began to speak to me. You do not have to be feminine to be loving. Loving is a power that transcends both sexes, all worlds, and all galaxies. You will all experience a level of love this lifetime that will not only astound you, but will change your life at the deepest levels, levels you have not achieved in a millennia. Do not be afraid of this power. You each hold the light that is necessary in your own lives and those you live around, work around, travel to, and share with in any way. Continue your studies, your healing, cleansing, anything your heart guides you to partake. Be gentle, even the men. Help others wherever you can feel, accept, and also carry the love. Spread the power of truth through your words as well as actions. Do not be afraid to speak. Many of us are opening the third chakra because we were murdered for speaking up. We still see that today. Many are still being murdered for speaking up. That's why a lot of us still carry the fear of those timelines. And I explained about how, I just did this in one of the other videos I did today, a couple of videos behind this one, and I explained how your past lives, they can be an overlap, and your behavior is coming from previous soul memories. We're seeing this in the world in a greater way. We're seeing people relive the same energy with the same souls, the same battles, the same hatred. That is all old. When we come to something clear in the moment, that never comes forward. Unless we're called to battle. Let me clarify that. I don't want to confuse anybody. If you're called to battle, it may be to clear something old and maybe finalize that thing, okay? So I got to be careful with the wording because there are multiple reasons why people are doing certain things. I'm focused on the reason that the soul is carrying memories from a timeline, and we are pre-programmed to behave, react, and engage the way we did before. That's what I'm focused on, and clearing those energies so we can be clear in the moment and come with an open heart and an open mind to what is actually needed now that hasn't been accessed yet. You are all deserving and must know this truth from the center of your being. And then she turned her attention from others, you guys, to me. We love you more than you can know or remember. You have been there and part of so many tremendous, magnificent moments in history, and you will be again. Look up to us, accept our love, memories, and connection. We are with you for yet another monumental moment in history, a moment when millions of God's children will know who they are, what they deserve, and change the course of humanity in the original vision of love that Jesus tried to teach. You remember so much, and yet your scars have left you timid and scared to be the powerful light you once were with all of us. You must own your history, carry the wisdom, and use the power to be part in this world's momentous triumph. It is not beyond your imagination, for you have already planted much of the seed that only needs to be regerminated, accepted, and nurtured to reach maturation. So all of Earth's inhabitants know the love that emanates all around them, through them, and for them. You will see the grander vision and role you will be part of as this year progresses. By all means, continue what you are doing, partaking in, and developing from. Everything now is divinely meant for you to develop all of you from all dimensions with all wisdom and, most importantly, love and humor. We will continue to help you clear and release everything to help support you to shine and enjoy all avenues you undertake. And then I had this beautiful feeling come over me of powerful women in our history. And this was really cool. And it's also funny, because some of this stuff is very funny. It seems very intense, but actually the love is so powerful, which can feel intense, but then there's a lot of humor that comes. So here's kind of a little humorous thing that happened after her beautiful message. I had a strong sense of the presence of some of the most powerful women I've ever written from. Joan of Arc, Princess Diana, Florence Henderson. Princess Diana and Florence Henderson are on this YouTube channel. Joan of Arc, I don't remember if she's on. I don't know that I got to her yet. So Princess Diana walked in and she said, "Oh, this is quite lovely." In total English, London, England accent, right? Just beautiful. She was very majestic and just angelic, just beautiful. Then Florence Henderson came over and said, with her beautiful smile, you remember her beautiful smile, "You'll see, you have it too." And she's talking about our light, because they were so light-filled and so bright. And then Maya Angelou came in. Now, she's also on my page. If you go look at famous people, she's in here, and she has a beautiful message too about our personal freedom. So she came in and said, "Don't forget about me. I love humanity and its potential to change, grow, learn, and be more than ever thought before possible." And that was pretty much the end of that experience. So, the one thing about this work that I think many people still don't understand, and why they won't put any time into it, they won't develop their communication skills, they just won't, is because they don't think it's practical. They don't think that it has enough meaning for them. But as we're seeing now, the practical side of knowing some of your past lives is to clear some of that heavy burden that you're carrying in this lifetime. It is extremely powerful and practical to release past pain. I cannot stress that enough. I see it every day. I can see people's pain every time I look at them. I don't really want to see it, but I do. And I can feel it, unfortunately. So as you become more awakened and you walk away and disengage from the nonsense that you see in the world, I don't follow a lot of other spiritual people online. I do watch some, but I'm not an avid follower of any, because I don't want to distort my messages and my personal experience, because that's what I have to bring to you. I have to bring my piece of the puzzle, and it has to be very clear. So you very rarely will hear me quote someone else And you'll very, very rarely hear me using someone else's words or someone else. I don't like to do that. I want it to come through me and from my guidance, so that it's not plagiarized, if you will. I'm not copying someone else's messages. It's very important for me to be that way, because I want to be as clear as I can for myself. Very, very important. So I very rarely mention other people. There are a few I do really respect. And there are a few messages of people that I may not follow or even believe, but they do have pieces of truth. That's another thing. That's why Jesus was telling us to discern everything you're exposed to. He said that everything that your eyes see and your ears hear can affect you. So it's very important to develop discerning, and discerning really comes from here, the heart. Because you need to feel on some level, your intuition needs to kick in and tell you, this is not for me. And you may find yourself walking away and disengaging. The other thing that happens is you can follow someone, get everything you needed to get, and then the disengagement comes because you're moving on to someone else. And that's why we're all here. You get to pick and choose all the different truths that you hear and the ones that are helping your soul remember and evolve. Very, very good distinctions of how to get the right information and the highest truth for you in your personal moment, whatever your exact moment is. So was there anything else to that? Did I start a thought that I didn't finish? That's something I don't like doing. Isn't that something? There was something that was said by someone, and I did want to quote them. It was very interesting, but maybe I'm not supposed to. Well, if it comes back to me on another video, I'll share. So in the meantime, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you liking, subscribing, and sharing, and doing anything you can to support this channel, because again, I've been on for 4 years now, and it's not monetized yet, and for multiple reasons that I probably don't even understand, but that's okay, because I'm still here. I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do. And what I'm really hoping for is that what I'm doing is touching people, because that is my soul's mission, is to touch people and help them open up to more of who they really are, and not their programmed responses and programmed beliefs and overlays of their past life memories. So again, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. I know you are doing well. I'm keeping that for everybody, that they're doing well, that they're going through whatever they need to get through, and they're coming out the other side much more enlightened than they ever were, just like I did through my near-death experience and my heart surgery. So I hope that I'm the new and improved version. Some days I do feel like the new and improved version, and some days I just can't function at all, and I have to rest. That's the way it is, and I just accept every day for what it is, and I try not to be frustrated or impatient or angry or define my current circumstances as a failure or any negative thought. That's something I've been working on for years, is not to judge anything that's happening. And I'll tell you the truth, I did not judge going to the hospital that day and the experience in the hospital. The judgment came after, because I couldn't believe I actually really did need that surgery. The judgment I had was a part of my clearing for the next 8 months after surgery. And maybe I'll go into that story a little deeper, because there's a lot of aspects to the story that might help some of you out there go through something. But for today, I think we are complete, and I appreciate you so much. I just love connecting to people, and I love the people that are showing up for the groups. It's just been a miraculous period since the surgery. Just really, really cool. So anyway, there is more to come on The Medium by Design.